This episode is based on a true story. Hello, I'm called Matt. I recently found out that Hollywood is actually listening to me. I know, finally. But don't worry, I'm using this power for good. I'm gonna teach Hollywood to love again. Well, Hollywood, last week I grilled you on remakes, so this week it's only fair that I talk about something you're actually good at. Biopics. Those wonderful movies based on true events. It is worth noting that as these films are biographic pictures, that the correct pronunciation is indeed biopic, and not biopic, as some may think. Let me tell you, when biopics are done right, they're great. In fact, films like Ed Wood and Man on the Moon are some of my all-time favorites. But when you do them wrong... yeah... So I'm here with some tips and tricks so you can make more Patton and less Mommy Dearest. First off, try to stay accurate. I understand sometimes you stretch the truth for artistic effect. It is a movie, after all. Like in Straight Outta Compton, I'm sure they weren't actually talking about something as plot important as their manager stealing money from them when they found out Dre's brother had been shot. But these are both things that actually happened, so it made sense to put them together in a scene to keep things simple. I'm talking about totally fictionalizing characters and events, like changing a person's gender just for a forced-in romance. I'm not joking, that happened in Patch Adams. The writers changed his best friend's gender. Come on, guys, this was a real person who actually existed. Have some respect. And sure, you could say something like Texas Chainsaw Massacre is based on real events. But that film makes no qualms about how fake it is. Patch Adams claims to be based on a real guy who is still alive and, surprise, didn't like the movie. Secondly, give events some time. You're so eager to jump on anything popular that you know is going to make money, you just crank out crap with no thought put into it. Case in point, the unreal amount of Steve Jobs biopics. You were more concerned about making a movie about something fresh on people's minds that you didn't put any effort into the films. Give it a good 5 or 6 years after an event or person's death before you try to make a movie about it. That way there's time for someone who actually wants to tell the story to find it, rather than someone who just wants the money attached to it. Less than a year ago, I actually told someone I'd love to see a David Bowie movie. But now I don't, because I know it would be rushed cash-in. On a person's death, no less. No thanks. Thirdly, learn to cut yourself off. If you can't get a person's story right after 1 or 2 attempts, don't keep trying. If someone wants to know the true story and you failed to tell them twice, they're better off reading a book. People don't read enough these days. In fact, note to self, episode about book adaptions. I hate to reuse this example, but you guys done fucked up Steve Jobs. Which is too bad, cause he's an interesting person. Luckily he finally got a good movie last year, but I won't lie, I actually kind of avoided it, because I've been burned one too many times. That dude owned Pixar. He deserves better. Lastly, I'd like to say, pick up the pace. With all these remakes, sequels, and book adaptions, it's clear you guys are hell-bent on never conceiving of an original idea. So if you're going to tell me an unoriginal story, at least make it an unoriginal story I've never heard before. Come on now. Where's my D.B. Cooper movie? Not that one. Seriously, where's my Freddie Mercury movie? Ever hear of Shin Sang-ok and Pulgasari? The dude was kidnapped by Kim Jong-il and forced to make a socialist propaganda monster movie. Show me that, not PG-13 RoboCop. Remember Orson Welles' War of the Worlds prank? Ripe with potential. You guys know these based on a true story movies are Oscar bait, right? Get working on it. There it is, Hollywood. I know you were looking for something to spend all that money you were planning to put into a Big Lebowski remake starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson into. So how about more biopics? What about the Max Headroom incident? What was that nonsense? Anyways, come back next week when I attempt to further teach you how to love again. I'm talking about book adaptions. Oh, and I expect to see that Freddie Mercury biopic on my desk by Friday.
Well, there's episode 2 for you. It's already a lot better than the first episode. Just tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. Be sure to share this with all your friends, especially your Hollywood executive friends. I guess I'll see you next time, talking about book adaptions. Okay, look at this. I was trying to find a picture of people reading for this episode, and by Googling people reading books, I found an erotic novel. Wonderful.